Hello everybody, welcome. My name is Jan-Jaap Abbink. I'm reporting for JJA Sport Studio. Welcome on YouTube, basically on GTA's live tube. Um, and if you want to find us on social media, of course, you can find us on Facebook, GTA Sport Studio, on X, GTA Sport Studio. Anyway, welcome to the show. Welcome to the GTA Sport Studio Pro Wrestling Report. Uh, we had a busy week, a lot going on in the world of pro wrestling. Let's talk about one thing, and we all know what happened. The Vince McMahon docuseries on Netflix was launched on Wednesday. Um, a lot of hype, a lot of things been said, but the thing is, what I hear most from people is, yeah, but we as wrestling fans, we all know this. And that is the thing. I think a lot of wrestling fans have misunderstood this. With all due respect, right? I think it's a documentary for people who heard about WWE, who heard about Vince McMahon, but actually don't know so much about him. You know what I mean? It's not. I think it's for typical Netflix audience who's not so familiar with the product of WWE, heard about it a thing or two, and 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 I think in that eye, it's a very interesting documentary. However, for us wrestling fans and us followers from GJA Sport Studio, you all know this, right? We've been reporting on, for example, the sex trafficking trial for Vince McMahon. We've been, from the steroid cases to the well, you name it, right? Um, I found it actually wasn't interesting. I knew everything this actually was going on. It was fun to see it. It's like, but for us, yes. I was actually surprised about some things. A few things that raised my eye a little bit. His opinion about Chris Benoit, um, Owen Hart, um, and let's say it like one fact, right? From one businessman to another businessman, I can understand some decisions. However, the thing with Owen Hart, right? Let's take a spade, right? See, the guy wants to put on a show and make money of it. That is whole the thing, right? He's trying to make off money of pro wrestling. That's his thing, right? WWE is a commercial company. Canceling a show is the last thing you always want to do, people. And a lot of people say, yeah, but he fell to his death. And let's be real here. Out of an emotional support for the wrestlers, I definitely agree. You should have quit. You should stop. You should say, sorry, people, something tragic has happened, right? And but the thing is, if you do that, the high point, the thing about it is, I think what he was scared of, that it got even more highlighted. It sounds strange, right? He tried with wrestling to take the attention away from the death of Owen Hart, right? I think you have to see it in that concept. In that way, I can understand that. It's good? No. Absolutely not. From my personal, I would have quit. I would take that risk. Okay, you're going to have very much highlights. The question is, of course, how would that have been portrayed in the media? That you also have to understand, because you come in a very bad light. Because, let's be real, he fell from the rafters, fell down into his death in the ring. You know, from that height, you will die. Don't get me wrong. Right? Let's call space that. Wrestling, before this, has already put in a bad light with the steroids and the allegations, etc. So if you put this in the headlines beside of that, it can really damage the product. And I'm wondering if he, I think he trying in that way. Now I'm not going to defend the guy because everybody, you know, I could see even on the wrestlers they were emotional done. The commentary was sitting there like, what the F is going on? That's also you have to take in. But business is business. Money is money. And you have to create money. And take all the bad stuff away to create money. That's what it's basically. Now we're talking pure sharp business-wise. I think in that documentary it didn't came much forward to that. But I think as a business guy, I can understand that what he if he would have done that on that ground. Then, of course, with this the Benoit matter. I'm happy for that Vince McMahon acknowledged CTI, the all other matter, and but I think it was from Stone Cold not so good what he said. Yeah, he doesn't believe in it, and if you get concussion, you do something wrong. Concussions can happen to everyone. And it's a known fact, especially with contact sports like pro wrestling, American football, you name it. They are dangerous. And if you don't, the problem is when we were talking about when this all happened, is we didn't know so much about it. At the time, many not even have heard of it. Even I, at the time, never heard of it. Now, as a reporter, as a journalist, I look more into it, etc. So we know lots, thanks to the great scientists and who investigated it. There's more information about it. Thank God. So we also for the WWE, for the wrestlers, and not only WWE. I think pro wrestling scene all and all the contact sports. It's good that there's been more research. But to say you do something wrong, Steve Austin, I'm sorry, I don't want to fire shots at you. I don't agree with that, what you said there. I don't think people will go on purpose, you know, make that they get a concussion, that you should do better. Yes, absolutely, you strive to be the best, right? Even being the best, an accident can happen. I think in that way I had a little bit critique towards the series. I think some things were not smart set on how people look at it. And if I look at the series, right, and if I had to step out of it as a wrestling reporter or a wrestling fan, I think it was a good documentary to tell the story about Vince McMahon. Right, it got detail, who he was, who he is and all what happened and how we sometimes, because sometimes came out of it, right? But because let's be honest here, you can be reassured one thing. He's been pretty fucking lucky to get out of stuff. Because looking at one point of view, my God, how could he get sometimes away? Is it? And I don't want to critique the American justice system. I don't, but I'm not so happy for the jury system. The jury, if I look at it right, a jury can be people singing who want something, maybe taking revenge of, being corrupt, etc., etc. Yes, you can select a jury, but I don't always the best outcome. Now you can say, of course, yeah, but a judge alone, he can also be bribed, he can also be corrupt. Absolutely. Right? But I'm not going to discuss here justice systems. But I'm wondering if Vince McMahon would stood a trial for a judge alone, where they don't have the jury system, what would have come out there? Would we have a total different outcome of those court cases? And yeah, the only thing what I'm a little bit disappointed with this documentary is the last matter with the sex trafficking scandal. I felt a little bit like it was rushed. I felt it was not put in all the details. Now, it can be because they already started making the documentary, what was it, 2021, 2022? So nothing happened there yet, but during the recording it got known, even at the time Netflix wanted to pull the plug. They still did do it, but Vince at the time stepped out and say, listen, I'm not going to do more interviews about this crap. I'll shut up. No way. I'm not going to. I would like to have seen more information about this leading up to. Because, for example, right, what was left out that Vince finally stepped down was due to the pressure of sponsors. Their sponsors. Nothing was said about that. And that was known. That was Slim Jim who said, well, we're going to put on pause until Vince McMahon is gone. And half hour later, Vince McMahon was gone, or maybe an hour. I think that's a little bit a shame that they left it out. I think there were details we know that happened, but left out. The matter with Brock Lesnar, yeah, he was never heard of his team, but further not mentioning a thing about him. Not mentioning how he was involved during. You could have said, well, he was, according to Janelle Grant, involved in this matter. However, then you can say with an asterisk, however, the judge has not come over it, so we can't be guaranteed this is true or not. Or found guilty, yes or no. You know, in some matter. But I think it would have done a little bit more justice towards the documentary. But that's how I look at it. But further along, for a non-wrestling fan, I think it was a good documentary. I'm not going to judge on it. But for us wrestling fans, as I said, yeah, it's rehash after rehash, right? So that's my take on it. So also we saw this week, on a happier note, Jey Uso becoming the Intercontinental Champion. After a 40-year career, he wins finally in singles title. I'm very happy for the guy. Congratulations if you ever see this video. Maybe he watches you, know, who knows. I think it was a joy moment, and you could also feel he was happy. He was ecstatic about winning. You could easily see it on the face that you can't act, you can't play that. And I'm happy for the guy. I mean, it's a big momentum to win your first singles title. I mean, he's been a great tag team wrestler with his brother Jimmy. And now eventually, finally, after a few years doing singles competition, he so deserves this. He has so evolved also as a singles wrestler. When he finally made the move away from the same brand as the Bloodline, it felt really he came to his own. It felt he started developing, and he did so great. So congratulations, also from all of us here at JJA Sport Studio. You really deserve it, and enjoy it, buddy. Shane McMahon. Well, today, God no. It's funny, right? He just before start came news broke. Yeah, he said about the picture. Yeah, I just coincidental met the Young Bucks on the airport. Okay, can happen. But come on, you also met with coincidental with Mercedes Moné. Now, I traveled a lot in my life. I have been a lot from airports to airports. Trust me, the people I ever met who I know got met up on an airport. Well, I can't remember even once it happening to me. So I know these guys travel even more than me, so maybe there is a chance. But I don't buy it. I really don't buy this. Shane, be honest. Say it. Yes, I signed. I'm busy working behind the scenes of AEW. Helping with giving advice, maybe I'm booking. Because that's what I think is going on. Will we ever see me from the company? Maybe. The angle with John Moxley. Remember what he said? The company is not yours anymore. Nobody knows what he meant with that line. Can be that there's going to be some sort of storyline that Shane McMahon is taking over AEW. What could be funny though, because if you start thinking about that, on storyline wise, Tony Khan, then storyline wise, the Elite took over. But Tony Khan put then I can't remember his name. I'm so terrible with names, people. I'm so terrible at that. The vice president in line, and he go over the box again. Yeah, who is in line? And then suddenly Shane McMahon comes in with a storyline. Now I take it over. What's next? You know what I mean? What's next? I mean, Donald Trump come next in. He's taking over, or J-Lo comes in, to take over. Oh my God, J-Lo in wrestling, yeah, that will have happened. No, but I'm just trying to say, those taking over storylines, it happened already this year, peeps. It already has taken over. It's already been done this year. Don't keep it repeating that fast. I mean, sure, some wrestling fans are known to have forgot about long-term remembering. Because sometimes you see a storyline, oh yeah, that's been done in the past, and oh yeah, and then read that, oh yeah, that's true, but they can't always remember stuff. So sorry, I'm not going to bash the pro wrestling fans here, but I do a little bit anyway. Oh, sorry, I'm a little bit tired, people. A long day. So I think more or less it is just he is already hired with AEW. He's giving advice on storyline to improve with the booking of AEW. And let's be honest, last few weeks I think the booking has improved. Storylines getting better, storylines getting good told, things. I like the storyline a lot with Nigel McGuinness and Brian Danielson, and even the rough cut with John Moxley and Brian Danielson. Yeah, it's been harsh, it's been violent, but that's what wrestling is about, right? Entertaining with a violent element. Okay, that sounds a little bit rough. No, but we all know, come on, let's be all, right? Wrestling isn't ballet. Come on now. And trust me, those people whining about it, I'm wondering if they ever went to a show like GCW or those really underground hardcore wrestling promotions. Have they ever been there? Because those people think if you hit with a candlestick, it's a hardcore match. Sorry. I'm finished laughing. Yeah, you can't see it on me, but sorry. Those aren't wrestling fans, people. Sorry. But that's my fault on it. Will we ever find out? I think it comes finally out. I think Tony Khan will finally acknowledge this or address it because, and 2 times in the last few months, meeting a wrestler on an airport. Yeah, of course it can happen, but really, I think it's a little bit cheap excuse. But that's my opinion. Now, yeah, okay, this was it, people. I don't have so much else to talk about. I think, for example, Grand Slam was amazing. I like the match Brian Danielson, Nigel McGuinness. Love history. Great match. If you didn't see it yet, go watch it. Yeah. Next week, we're going to do a special. Alright? It's going to be the WWE Bad Blood Special. Oh, that sounds very bloody, we're going to do predictions. We're going to talk about all the news leading up to Bad Blood. What's going to be the main event? What's all about Bad Blood is going to be. So I'm excited for that to finally do first our special in this new form of podcasting. And of course, don't forget to check out the latest news on JJA follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/JJA Sport Studio, X /JJA Sport Studio. Don't forget to subscribe or leave a comment. What did you think about what? I'm going to ask you a question, right? What do you think? Is Shane McMahon already hired? And if so, what is his role currently then with AEW? Or do you really believe it was coincidental, he's not hired yet? I really look forward to hear your opinion about that. And of course, let me know what you thought about the Vince McMahon docuseries from Netflix. You can also follow us on Pinterest, pinterest.com/JJA Sport Studio, I believe out of my head quickly. And don't forget our YouTube channel, of course, youtube.com/JJA LiveTube, and also for people in China and Russia, if you're there, vk.com/JJA Sport Studio. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Jan-Jaap Abbink. As I said, I'm reporting for JJA Sport Studio. See you next week. Take care.